Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Roofing Contractor Best of Success podcast show. I'm Chris Gray, editor of Roofing Contractor, and I'm excited to be joined today by one of our 2023 Young Guns, Liz Garza, Director of Marketing at My Roofing Crew in Springfield, Tennessee. Liz, thank you for taking the time to speak with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Now let's just jump right in. So how long have you been in the industry and how did you get your start?
Fun fact, I guess I married into it. My husband, Noel Garza, is the owner of my roofing crew, or one of the owners. And they started in 2016. And after about a year, they started needing, all the things. They needed marketing, they needed HR, they needed all the things that I had experience in. And he said, "Hey, I really want you to come work for me." And I'm like, I'm not working for my husband. No, no, no. He says, "I really need your help." And so I started working for them. Before I started, I would ride around with him because the only thing I knew about roofing was it kept him away for a long period of time from our family, and that a roof goes on the top of a building or a structure. And so that's all I knew. So I rode around at the beginning with him, listened to how he talked to customers, listened to how he talked to manufacturers, vendors, how he talked to the employees. I really wanted to learn everything there was to know about the roofing industry. And so I did that for about 6 weeks before I actually said, okay, I'll do this. And I've never looked back, and I never in my life thought that I would be in the roofing industry. And since the Young Guns, I've been promoted to Chief Culture Officer. So that's really fun. My main job is really worrying about the customer experience as well as the employee experience. And all that entails, such as marketing, and all the different aspects of it. So it's been really awesome.
If I could ask, as a young gun, we like to honor those who are age 40 and younger. So if I could ask, how would you see your age being either an advantage or disadvantage in the roofing industry?
This is a fun question. I would say the generational difference is very interesting. Culture is everything in this day and age. I mean, people want to be in a positive culture, and the right culture, and it matters. So and it doesn't matter if you're a baby boomer, a Gen X, millennial, or Gen Z, it doesn't matter. But what does matter is how you approach it. So our philosophy is you just never stop teaching and you never stop learning. So with every employee that comes on board, that is from day one something that we preach, and it's not something that happened overnight. Noel and Craig, the owners of my roofing crew, they are very what I call old school in mindset. They're workhorses. They are, work 24/7 people. And the thing that we've learned is we cannot replicate them no matter how much we want, right? They just don't make them like that anymore. And so the younger generations, as we're hiring, it's interesting. They want to come to work and do their job and go home and not have, they don't want to answer the phone. They don't want to work the weekends. They don't want to do all the things that the older generation just does naturally, not because anybody asked them. It's just who they are. So for me, I'm 38, I'll be 39, and I'm barely making the cut of the young gun. But for me, the hardest part is, as my role of the Chief Culture Officer, is helping lead all the different generations. And so I feel, for me, I'm in a good spot because I'm on the millennial Gen X line. So it's really nice. So I'm kind of the middle guy between the baby boomers, which the two owners are, and then all of the Gen Z employees that we're hiring. So I think my age is actually really good in the sense of I can see both sides and I can help integrate and lead them to meet in the middle. And that's been really important. I have to tell the owners all the time, listen, we don't want anybody to work 24/7. We don't. I mean, we want them to, but we want them to have a good work-life balance, and that's so important. So I think the millennials and the ones that are on the line, like myself, I think we're really good middlemen for women to help bridge the gap of the baby boomers and the Gen Zs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of all that inclusion and diversity, I know you're a member of National Women in Roofing. I believe you're also even part of a committee, if I remember correctly.
I'm on the board of directors. Yep. I'm on the recruiting committee.
Excellent. So if I could ask, why do you feel it's important to not just be a member of National Women in Roofing, but also be a leader in it?
Be honest, when I was right when I started in the industry, I was approached by someone at a local competitor that says, "Have you heard of National Women Roofing?" And I was like, "No, I don't. That doesn't sound enticing to me, you know." And she's like, "Why not?" And I was like, "A group of women? Like, do you know how like terrible of an idea that sounds? Like it sounds like a crazy idea." But she said, "No, I promise it's not like that." And so I joined National Women in Roofing. The first one I went to was when we were here in Nashville. The IRE was in Nashville. And I'm telling you, I was lit on fire that day from all aspects of the industry. I started in February of that year. So National Women in Roofing was pretty close. That day was pretty close to when I started. I was lit on fire that day, and that fire has not gone out. Women empowerment and just the importance of women and the roles that we play in these companies and in all of the companies all throughout the industry, you know. And I think that for me, I joined National Women in Roofing to learn about roofing because, like I said, when I started, I only knew that roofs go on top of a building, and I needed to learn more. But what I learned was a lot about myself. I found myself. I found that surrounding yourself with the right women and like-minded women is the only fuel that you need to be successful. And because of that, these baby boomers in the company, my husband being one of them, and our owner, you know, it was really hard in the beginning because I had that fire, like, hey, this is a male dominant, like this company needs we've got to hire some good women. Like we've got to hire some women that are like-minded, that are like, you know, job shakers and movers. Like we need some powerful women. And it was a struggle because as you start being empowered, like my voice matters. And so I had to go through healing from experiences in the past, dealing with women that stripped confidence and stripped, you know, all the things, to kind of rebirthing to just a empowered woman who has a voice and demands to be heard, which is when we went through our rebranding, we added a woman to our logo. Like it was really important. Like we need people to know that we're not stuck in the man is the only person with a say.
Definitely well said. And along those lines, I had just one more question for you. You have your brand, She's in Roofing.
Uh,
I was just hoping you could tell me about it and just kind of the role that you see it playing in the industry.
yeah, so it's so funny. The IRE was supposed to be my like breakout moment with She's in Roofing, and it was great at National Women in Roofing Day. I got to have a booth and introduce my brand to so many wonderful women. It was amazing. But then we got hit with our storm and I had to go home, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this was like where I was like moving and all the things. And so I've had to like jump over some hurdles over the last couple of weeks, but it's been such an amazing experience. And my purpose with starting this brand is just again about the fuel and about the voice that women have, and just a fun space, a positive, trying to be positive, trying to get a message out that, my slogan is, yes, sir, she's in roofing, because so many times we were encountered by men, oh, you're in roofing? What do you do? And I'm like, yes, sir, she's in roofing. And the same thing when I meet friends, they're like, wow, she gets on a roof? Yes, sir, she does. Wow, she's in marketing? Yes, sir, she is. Or, all the things. And so it's just such a fun space. What the hope is I have a couple of books that I'm working on, positive affirmation books. I'm working on a comic strip for She's in Roofing, and an actual a female character. And so it's just been an amazing space, and to hear feedback from people and see them wearing my shirts that they're proud of She's in Roofing, or getting a sticker or whatnot. It's just been an amazing experience. And with the brand, I want to eventually start having speaking engagements and just empowering women to do the same, and finding the power. Because that's the thing. People don't know. Some people say, how are you so positive? Or where do you get this from? And I'm like, listen, it came from a long line of bad experiences in life, and not knowing how to deal with hard, and not knowing how to do hard better or well. And being in an industry that's male dominated, it's hard. And we have to learn how to do hard better. And how do we take hard and turn it into something positive? And it starts within ourselves. And that's something for women. And I think it's for men also, but for women, we have to find it within ourselves. We have to see that power before we can empower anybody else. And so that's kind of where I came from with.
Wonderful. Well, I think it's an excellent message, and I look forward to seeing the comics and everything that comes with it. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk with me today, to spread your message and let us know what's going on with you, and really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching our latest video. For more content like this, please visit roofingcontractor.com and be sure to sign up for our free e-magazine and newsletters. Take care and stay safe.